I'm on the official gov.uk Renew Your Driving Licence page. I'll leave the official gov.uk link in the description box below for you. So on this first page, we're going to get a little bit more information about what's going to happen during the process and the things we're going to need to complete the process. Here it says, renew your full driving licence or provisional driving licence. You'll need a valid UK passport to renew your licence online with DVLA. And you should note that there are different ways to renew your licence if you're 70 or over. I've also made a video about that, and I'll leave it in the description box below and at the end of this video. There's a different way to renew a 5-year bus or lorry licence and to renew a short-term medical driving licence. And here I'm just renewing a full UK driving licence. I'm not doing a provisional licence. Scrolling down, it says renew online. Your new licence will be valid from the date your application is approved, not from the expiry date of your current licence. But before I click on start now, it says here at the bottom, other ways to apply. So I just want to click on that and just show you that if you're not comfortable applying online, although it is the cheapest and quickest way, there are still other methods if you'd rather renew offline. Apply at a post office. You'll get a reminder letter in the post. Take it to a post office that deals with DVLA photocard license renewal. You will also need to take your photocard license if you have it, and the £21.50 fee. If you do not have a reminder letter, you'll need your photocard license to apply at the post office. And do bear in mind that you cannot apply at the post office if your name has changed. You'll need to apply by post. Scrolling down after that, it says apply by post. Get a D1 pack of forms from your post office that deals with DVLA photocard renewal or vehicle tax. You need to include these things with your completed forms: a recent passport type photo, your current photocard license if you have it, and a cheque or postal order for £17. You will also need to include identity documents if you've changed your name, and then you send all of that to DVLA in Swansea. How long it takes? Your driving license should arrive within 3 weeks. It might take longer if your medical or personal details need to be checked. And after you apply at a post office or by post, you can continue driving while you wait for your new license to arrive. So before we get started with the online application, I'm just going to click on more information. And here's some salient information for you. First of all, you cannot apply online if your name or title has changed. And you must renew a photocard license every 10 years. You'll receive a reminder before your current license ends. And here's a copy of the reminder letter I received a good 8 weeks before my current driving license is due to expire. To renew online, here's what you'll need: a valid UK passport, to be a resident of Great Britain, to pay £14 by MasterCard, Visa, Electron or Delta debit or credit card, addresses of where you've lived over the last 3 years, your current driving license, your national insurance number, and to not be disqualified from driving. And your driving license should arrive within a week if you apply online. So you can already see applying online is cheaper and quicker as opposed to applying via post or at the post office. And here at the bottom it says you must send your old photocard license to DVLA when you get your new license. You'll be told the address to use when you finish the application. And finally, DVLA will send you a confirmation email once you've applied. So to get started, let's click on the Start Now green button. And it says here your driving license application. Authentication. During your transaction, please don't use the buttons on your browser, for example, back, forward, refresh. You should only use the buttons on the bottom of each page, and you should click these only once. And those buttons for reference are cancel on the left and on the right, next. Please have all your documents to hand as the service will time out when not in use. So I've got 3 documents to hand for this process. That's my current driving license photocard, my current valid UK passport, and my credit card. Please ensure the details you enter are your own. You cannot apply for a driving license for someone else. Now let's click on Next. Security of your data. DVLA are committed to upholding the security of your data. We use industry standard security technology and practices to safeguard your data from any unauthorized access. So that you can be confident in using our service, we have prepared some information on the security of your online transactions, which you can view now by clicking the link below. You will also find this link on the log on page. So there is a lot of spiel on the ensuring your online transactions are safe and secure link. I won't bore you with that, but you're welcome to click on it and read it when you're renewing your own driving license. Let's go ahead and click on Next. Your details. Please complete your personal details. Please ensure your personal details, including any middle names, match the details on your official ID documents, for example, a passport. And please note that the asterisk indicates that an answer is required. So on this section, I'm going to fill in my title, my first and my surname, my gender, my date of birth, and country of birth. And to be honest with you, just to make things nice and easy, I'm just going to verbatim copy and paste the information that's on my current driving license to make things nice and consistent. And at the bottom it says, if all the details are correct, please click next. So I'm happy with this section that I filled in. I'll click on next. Your addresses. Search for your address. Please enter the address that you require on your new driving license. Again, the asterisk indicates that an answer is required. So this site, like many others, can hopefully draw our full address just based on the house number and postcode, but people have had issues with their addresses on the DVLA website. And in the video in the top right hand corner pop-out, I've got a nifty little hack to get around DVLA's limitations. But for this video, I'm just going to go ahead and enter my house number and postcode and then click on next. And here we go. It says, please check that this is the correct address before choosing next. If not, choose search again or other ways to enter your address. So in the box under address, it has my full address. Nothing's missing, so I'm happy with it. And it does say at the bottom, sometimes our address database will not hold supplementary information about an address. If you wish, you can add this information yourself. So there is a box you can tick to add the supplementary information. I'm not going to tick it as the address is fine as it is. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on next. Time lived at address. Again, it reiterates my address 1, where you live now. And it says, how long have you lived there? So I've lived at my current address for just over 2 years, and I'm going to click on next. And here it says, please tell us where you have lived over the last 3 years. That's because the DVLA wants 3 years of address history. So I do need to provide my previous address to account for the additional year. So here, I'm going to click on add address to. And by clicking on it, I'm met with the similar page as before with address 1, where I have to enter my house number and postcode to get my previous address. Once the house number and postcode are in, I'll click on next. And here again it says, is this your correct address? Again, the address in the box is complete, nothing's missing. I'm happy with it, so I'm going to go ahead and then click on next. And here it says time lived at address. Again, for now, address number 2, your previous address. How long did you live there? I lived at my previous address for many years and will satisfy DVLA's address history. So I'll put the years in and then I'll click on next. And here is my entire address history. So I've got address 1, where you live now, where I've lived for just over 2 years. And then below that is address 2, your last address. And that has well and truly covered my address history over the last 3 years. I'm now going to go ahead and continue by clicking on next. Your driver record. Driver record details. If you know the following details, please enter them. It will make it easier to find your driver record. So here it says driver number. This is the long driver number that starts with your surname. Here's where you can find it on your driving license photo card. You just need to verbatim copy and paste that entire number in. After that, it says, you have told us that you have lived at the following addresses in the last 3 years. So again, my 2 addresses have been listed here. And then at the bottom it says, is the address printed on your driving license listed above? So it's asking about my current driving license. And yep, my present address is listed on that driving license. And I actually changed that address on my current driving license last year for free. And if you're interested in changing your address on your current driving license, I've left a video about that in the top right hand corner pop-out link in the description box and at the end of this video. So I'll click on next. Security details. So that we can process your application, we will check your identity and the details you have given us with third parties. By providing the information below, you are consenting to your details being submitted to these third parties. If we can't confirm your identity, we will tell you what to do next at the end of your transaction. Again, the asterisk indicates that an answer is required. So for the first 2 fields, home and daytime telephone number, there isn't an asterisk, so I'm not going to bother filling those in. However, there are asterisks for birth, surname, mother's maiden name, and place of birth. But let's get some more information about those 3 fields first by clicking on the help next to the respective section. For birth surname, by clicking on help, it says, enter your surname as it was when you were born. For mother's maiden name, it says, enter your mother's maiden name. If you do not know your mother's maiden name, just enter unknown. And just to clarify, mother's maiden name means your mother's surname when she was born. And then for place of birth, it says, enter the town, city, county, or region in which you were born. So my birth surname and my current surname are the same, nothing has changed, so I'll put that in. I'll put in my mother's surname at her birth. here in the mother's maiden name section. But remember, if you're not sure, just put unknown instead. Don't leave it blank. Please put unknown. And for place of birth, to keep everything consistent once again, I'm just going to put the same place of birth that's on my current and valid UK passport. Once those 3 sections are complete, I'm going to go ahead and then click on Next. National Insurance Number. Providing your national insurance number will help to process your application more quickly. If you enter your national insurance number, DVLA will attempt to verify and authenticate your identity with the Department for Work and Pensions and His Majesty's Revenue and Customs. If DVLA are unable to verify your identity, it may result in you having to send DVLA additional paper documentation, such as original identity documents, by post. By entering your national insurance number, you will provide DVLA with consent to check your personal details and national insurance number with the Department of Work and Pensions and His Majesty's Revenue and Customs. If you do not wish to or cannot provide your national insurance number, please leave the following sections blank and click Next to continue. So there's no asterisks here, it's not mandatory, but I'm happy to provide my national insurance number to help process the application more quickly. So I'm going to enter it and then re-enter it and then click on Next. And here it says UK passport number. And there's an information box here that says your license is valid until 8th of April 2023. If you select to renew your license, you will need to supply a photo. Instructions will be given on how DVLA can attempt to use your passport photo and signature on your license. So please enter your UK passport number below. You will be giving your consent to access your personal data, including your photo and signature, held by His Majesty's Passport Office. The information returned from HM Passport Office will be used to check your identity. The photo and signature on your passport can be displayed on your driving license. You cannot renew your license online if you do not wish to use your passport photo and signature for your driving license. I have my current and valid UK passport to hand, so I'm going to enter the passport number and then re-enter it. And here's where you can find your passport number on the bio page of your passport. I've also made a video about how to renew your UK passport the quickest and cheapest way, and again that video can be found in the pop-up box in the top right hand corner of this video and in the description box below. So now I've entered my passport number, I'm going to go ahead and click on Next. License details. Please provide the following details to prove that you have your license. So the first one is your photo card driving license issue number. This 2-digit number can be found after your driving license number in section 5. And here's an example of the photo card and where you can find the 2-digit number. And after that, it's your photo card number. This 10 or 12-digit number is on the reverse side of your photo card license. And here's what I found my photo card number on the back of my driving license. And although it says 10 or 12-digit number, this series actually begins with a couple of letters. After completing both of those fields, it says here, my license has been lost, stolen, defaced, or destroyed, so I can't provide these details. Because my driving license is in a good condition and I can provide these details, I'm going to leave that box unchecked and then click on Next. Disqualifications. Are you currently disqualified from driving? So simple yes or no question. I'm going to click on No and then go ahead and click on Next. Further information. Organ donation. DVLA is working with the NHS to encourage organ donation and save lives. If you need an organ transplant, would you have one? If so, please help others. So you've got 2 options here. First of all is yes, I want to join the NHS organ donor register and then continue with my DVLA driving license application. Or I'd like to complete my DVLA driving license application first and find out more when I have finished. And it says if you have registered before, please select yes and take this opportunity to confirm and update your donation preferences. To continue with your DVLA license application, you must select one of the 2 options above. And if you don't want to donate your organs, you can record this decision on the NHS Organ Donor Register, and the external link is provided below that. I have previously registered for the Organ Donor Register, so I'm going to click on yes, where it says thank you for choosing to register as an organ donor. You now need to select one or several of the boxes below. And then you can run through the list of what you would like to donate, either any or specific organs. Once you've selected that, you can click on Next to continue with your driving license application. Email address. Please enter the email address to which you would like your email confirmation sent. This question is marked by an asterisk, so you'll have to provide an email address to continue. So I'll put in my email address and then reconfirm it, and then click on Next. Declaration. I understand that it is a criminal offence to make a false declaration or withhold material information in order to obtain a driving licence, and that to do so can lead to prosecution and a fine of up to £1,000 or imprisonment for a period of up to 2 years, or both. And these two sections are marked with asterisks, so you will have to tick these boxes in order to continue. The first box is, please confirm this declaration by clicking in the box. And after that, it says, I understand that it is a legal requirement that only one driving license is held at one time, and confirm that I have cut my driving license in two and will return it to DVLA. Please confirm that you will return your old driving license by clicking in the box. But I do want to add that you shouldn't cut your driving license until you receive your new driving license. That's because your current license is still valid until the new one comes along. So don't cut it just yet, but this is an acknowledgement that you will cut it and send it back to the DVLA once your new license is received. So with both of those boxes ticked, I'm going to go ahead and click on Next. Check your answers. You must click on the Next button at the bottom of this page to progress to the payment screen and complete your application. Please check the details you have given carefully. You can correct any details that are wrong by clicking on the change links at the bottom of each section. You won't be able to make changes after this page. DVLA handles your personal data in accordance with road traffic law and data protection laws. The law allows us to release your data to the police and other enforcement bodies. We also provide data to other parties where the law allows it. So on this page, you want to ensure your personal details, including any middle names, match the details on your official ID document. So I highly recommend you look over each of these sections very carefully to make sure there's no typos and no errors. At the bottom it says payment and amount will be £14. So to get to that payment screen, I'm going to go ahead and click on Next. Enter card details. Customers, please note, for your security, DVLA will never ask you to disclose your PIN number. Enter your payment card details here, exactly as they appear on the card. Payment can be made using credit or debit cards, and you must be authorized to use the card. And you can use one of the following cards, which are MasterCard, Visa, and Delta. So for the amount of £14, I'm going to put in my long card number, the expiry date, and 3-digit security code on the back of my credit card. Once those sections are complete, I'm going to go ahead and click on Pay Now. And it says Application Completed. Confirmation details. Thank you for submitting your application. Your driving license application has been submitted for validation checks. The driving license should arrive in the post within 2 weeks. After that, please cut your old driving license into two and return it to DVLA Swansea. Please print this page and or make a note of the application reference number in case you have a query. So here under application details, I've got my name, my application reference number, and regarding my new photo, it says your photo has been changed. Then it says, driving before your new license arrives. The law allows you to drive before you receive your driving license as long as you have held a Great Britain or Northern Ireland license issued since 1st of January 1976. You are not disqualified from driving. You have not been and will not be refused a license for medical reasons. You keep to any special conditions which apply to the license. The entitlement on your license has not expired. And then it says your health. If you have a medical condition that could affect your driving, you must tell us immediately. And because I provided my email address earlier, I get this identical page sent to me by email, which I can keep on my records, and means I don't really have to print this page or make a note of anything. Then I'll click on Finish, and I'm met with a customer satisfaction survey where it just asks 3 questions. I'm pretty happy with the service. Although the website is fairly simple, it's fairly straightforward and easy to navigate. So I'm happy to give positive feedback. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please do give it a like and consider subscribing. Why not share it with someone else you think may benefit from it? And if you have any questions or comments, leave them for me below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I've been Tesh from The Form Filler. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.